Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. That's a lock, y'all. It's time for the Thursday banger. That's a lock, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, though, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. Man, I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, and I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. Only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it, man. I don't want to see you have to leave your family, man. You get on the phone crying because you need a lawyer, you need money on your books, you need all of this, man. You don't have to go through that, man. If you stop being a maniac out here running around like a goon for hire, man, maybe you can stay out here with your family, man. Life is bigger than just beefing with ops, man. That's all these young dudes and everybody else, older dudes too. That's all y'all look at. The dudes that's in the street is just beefing all day with ops, man. Y'all think y'all playing freaking Grand Theft Auto every day, man. Look, life is not a game. Because when you get locked up for real, man, it's real life. It's not when you can get out fast like on Grand Theft Auto, man. You're going to be locked up for a minute. They're going to take you away from your family, and you're going to be far up the road somewhere, man. Change what y'all doing right now if you don't want to go through this stuff, or you don't have to listen to me, man. Learn your lesson in there like I did, man. After I did 16 years away from my family and away from this world, man. When I left, they was wearing baggy clothes, man. Come on, man. Y'all want to stay in there? Y'all want to keep being out here wilding? That's on y'all, man. I'm trying to save y'all, man. I'm trying to save y'all, man. So just stay out the way and turn y'all life around if you wilding, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one? Let's just swap this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Cared About Nothing Else. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are aware, people. We are in penitentiary, man, but crazy things happen all the time, man. I'm telling y'all, man, like, it's wild in there. I'm telling y'all, man, like, when it comes down to these people I was locked up with in there, man, being savages, man, like, I really didn't hold it against them, man, when it came to what they was doing, man. I'm talking about being the #1 thunner. I'm talking about that, man. When guys be in there doing that, like, I feel them in a way, like, you gotta do something. I get it, man. Like, you know me, I took it out on books and I had a great imagination. But a lot of people just be so freaked out to the point where they gotta make they you know what I mean, that thing they're doing a little bit more exciting, man. And that's either messing with them boys, being in a shake, rattle, and roll club, or that's being in the #1 thunner type of club. Now, if you want to be in that club, that's on you, man. But at the end of the day, man, I seen people do that, man, and things don't always go right, man. It don't always go right. You can go to the hole, this can happen, all type of stuff can happen when you in that type of game, y'all. So with that being said, though, we on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We on Lawrenceville. And I can remember being in 30 building, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, like, this is a time where I'm kind of chilling. I got a phone, I'm staying out the way, I'm getting a couple dollars, man. Like, when I'm in 30 building, like in beginning stages, like, you know, this is what's going on, man. Like, Lawrenceville has so many opportunities up there to win. Like, I just fell in love with the camp, man. I fell in love with I can just chill in my room all day if I wanted to. I fell in love with I can go outside 3 times a day, man. I fell in love with I can 229 and go next door to my man part or whatever I wanted to do. Like, Lawrenceville was like that, man. Like, you still had to follow rules, man, but it was a prison like I never really witnessed before, man. So I love the place, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. I love the place, man. I can remember when I first walked into the pod and I seen how the shower setups was looking. I walked in and I saw that joint. I was like, man, they had like 5 showers in the back top, 5 showers at the back bottom, 3 showers over here in the corner, 3 showers over here in the corner, 3 right here is 6, plus the 5 and 5, that's 10. They got freaking 16 showers in there. That's a lot of showers, man. I'm leaving a place where it was only 6 showers for 88 people, man. It was only 6 showers for 88 people. And the way they had it set up and designed, man, dudes was in there all day on Sussex 2 being the #1 stunner. The #1, they was in there wilding. The whole time on Sussex, I seen a lot of tragic stuff behind that type of activity, man. But walking into Lawrenceville and seeing that this is not the situation no more, man, because the first thing I noticed after noticing there was a lot of showers, I saw they had shower curtains, man. They had shower curtains, and when they got shower curtains, that basically just eliminated everybody that wanted to be the #1, that everybody that was in that game, that was a wrap. That was a wrap, man, because of them shower curtains, man. So like, I saw it was different in Lawrenceville. I saw it, man. And after I actually got comfortable and got myself together when I moved in the 40 building at first, like, it was none of that going on. It was none of that going on, man. Dudes was up there trying to really get the real deal action, man. Dudes weren't in there pulling on themselves. They wanted the real deal action, man. And like, that's what was going on Lawrenceville. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't like one or two people that didn't really have a woman that they probably was locked in with, that was in the booth, or they was in a nice area and they could probably get down like that. But at the same time, though, it was really nothing jumping when it came to that game on Lawrenceville. Like, that game looked obsolete. It looked like it was extinct, man. It looked like it was old news. That's what it looked like, man. You know what I mean? Now, Sussex 2, dudes got a lot of time. Dudes ain't going home for a while. And dudes got them showers that's facing the lady that's sitting in the booth looking at them. So you already know what a dude gonna do that's in that game, man. He gonna be in the shower pulling on himself, man. That's just where it goes. So, with all that being said, though, man, like, while I'm on Lawrenceville, like, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to be on here. You know, like, I used to pray and tell God, like, thank you for at least allowing my bid to be better, because I worked hard to get off Sussex 2 to be able to come on Lawrenceville. So like, I was really grateful to be on a camp like this, man. And I told myself I wasn't going to mess up to leave a camp like this, because it was too sweet. It was too sweet to leave, man. I'm being honest with y'all, man. This camp was too sweet to leave, man. Now, with all that going on, I'm chilling out the way. I'm doing my thing every blue moon. The whole pod, ain't no drama in the pod. Like, everybody getting along. It's a great summer. It's feeling good on Lawrenceville around this time, man. Until they brought this dude in the pod, man. And we're going to call this man Virgil, man. Now, Virgil, I'm not going to say where Virgil was from. He wasn't from Tidewater, I'm going to say that. But I knew Virgil. Virgil was one of those dudes that, you know, like, where you from didn't really matter to him, because he talked to everybody. Like, he was a cool dude, but he just had a problem. He had a major problem, and that was being the #1 stunner. That was his major problem, y'all. I'm being honest with y'all. We winding the tape back to, man, we was on Sussex 2. Where I was at with this man. We was in 3D pod. And I'm telling y'all, man, this is the only thing Virgil cared about. He didn't care about nothing else except pulling on himself, being the #1. That's all he cared about. I'm being honest with y'all. He didn't care about no Lala. He didn't care about no women. He didn't care about going home. He didn't care about nothing, man. He barely cared about eating. All this man wanted to do was go from shower to shower, rent out sale to sale, and just do his thing on these ladies, man. It was like he was addicted to freaking, like, just like getting off, pause. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was addicted to it. You know, it's one thing when I'm in the joint and I'm like, yo, man, like, man, it's been like a week. I gotta get some money, man. I be like, yo, hey, bro, let me hold a book, bro. Let me see the book. My man will throw me a book. I'll go in the room and get right. That's what I'll do. No, Virgil was a psycho, man. Virgil was with the action all day long. Now, Virgil was about my height, probably like an inch shorter. He had the little naughty fro, you know what I mean? He was probably like in his 40s or something like that. But with him being older than us, man, like, he set the stage on, like, how that stuff is in there when you pulling on yourself to those COs, man. And for real, he was sick with it, man. Like I told y'all, like, back in 3D, man, like, this man was out of control. I'm talking about he was out of control with it to the point where he'll go so crazy with it, man. I done seen the sergeant in our building. I told y'all, the sergeant and the lieutenant, the sergeant and the unit manager our building, they used to rock with our pod because we was the only pod in the 3 building, in 3D. We was in 3D. Now, I promise you, I done seen these people come up to our pod and pull this man out and tell this man, like, look, man, come on, man, look, lead the lady. They tired of locking him up. Virgil has been locked up several times. When he came in our pod, he's coming out from one of them cases. So it's like he didn't care about nothing, man. I'm talking about this man. I didn't see this man go to the, like, do drastic. Like, he's majorly drastic with it. Like, y'all think I'm joking, man. Like, he was out of control with it. But for real, like, when I seen but for real, the worst thing I used to see him do, like, he used to take his show outside of the shower sometime, and that used to throw dudes off, because sometimes dudes might mess around and get blindsided by what he got going on. And I can remember, man, he went and got his jacket. They was passing out jackets. He said he didn't get a jacket when they was passing out the jackets. Now, they do this from time, they do this every winter. Like, you'll get a jacket. I mean, they'll make sure everybody at least have a coat for the winter time. He said he didn't have a jacket just so he can see the lady that's in the laundry joint, man. And like, this was this was like a major move that I seen him do, but it like I guess it worked because he didn't go to the hole, but he went down there to get his jacket with a few other dudes. My homeboy was one of them. When he said when they went down there, man, he said, man, that man asked the lady to give him a 5X jacket. He said the lady gave him a 5X jacket. The job covered him real decent, you know what I mean? He said, man, the whole time the lady was passing out the jackets, man. They say Virgil was over there in the corner touching himself, man. Virgil was over there joint in front of everybody, covered up, but still knocking the lady toboggan off, man. Like, for real, like, when you do stuff like that, man, you are a psychomaniac #1 thunner. So, boom. You are a psycho, man. I'm telling you, he would take his show on the road. Let somebody come in that booth. Somebody come in that booth. He going crazy. He going crazy. He goes so crazy. This man, he had 2 shower bags, 2 sets of shower shoes, because when he get out the shower and go back in his cell and lotion up and get himself back together, he'll leave a shower bag already down there. Already, a fresh shower bag, towel, everything right down there. And he'll be like, yo, let me get after you. And it's like, he would never get enough of it, man. So like, being in the par with him, knowing that this man didn't care about anything, I had a little conversations with him sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Of course, I never dapped him up. Y'all already know I'm never dapping Virgil up. But outside of when he's not in the shower slanging though, for real, man, like, I had a conversation with him. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all know I used to have a job working out in the pod, working at night, shooting over to the hole and all that. So I done favors for Virgil while he done been back to the hole several times since I done been in 3D. So that's why I met him at when he was in the Bing. Now, he was in the Bing doing the same thing, trying to be the #1 thunner. This man in cell 35. 35 is like a mile away from the booth, like, but it's by the showers. But when you in the shower, it's like, I think it's a little bit better of a shot. But when you're in your cell, it looks like it's majorly far, but it's not far. But at the end of the day, he in 35 knocking the lady toboggan off. So they moved him. So the lady told on him, man. And since he was already in the hole, I don't even know if he got a charge, but they ended up moving him and they put him in cell 12. So they put him in no man's land. Basically, he can't see nothing, man. And like, for real, I think that kind of humbled him, man. He called me to the door one day, man. He was like, hey, look, man, can you holler at such and such in your pod? He's supposed to have some tobacco for me. He was like, man, but look, they got me back here, man. Tell them I said send me a magazine, man, because they done took me out the game. So that's when I was like, man, they got you way back here, OG, man. I was like, man. He was like, yeah, man, they got me way back here, man. He looked so sad in that corner. Like he looked like freaking he lost his best friend. He looked like he just moved to a whole other state when he was 13 years old and left his best friend. That's what he was looking like, man. He was like, yeah, they got me, man. Yeah, they got me, man. Yeah, they got me way back here, man. I'm just gonna lay it down, man, until that nurse come back here. When that nurse come back here, I gotta have her. I said, man, come on, Virgil, man. I said, look, how you gonna mess with the nurse? I said, how you gonna hit the nurse when she come in your joint, man? He was like, cuz I'm gonna say I'm signed up for some pills. I said, bro, you just sick with it, man. He was like, man, listen, man, I gotta do this, man. I gotta do this. I was like, why do you have to do this? He was like, cuz it makes me feel better, man. I don't feel like I'm in prison, man, when I'm pulling on myself. I'm like, oh, come on. He like, man, look, all I'm saying is, man, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, you know, I do this to get off, man. I could be doing other things. I'm like, I mean, bro, it's your preference, bro. It's up to you. You know, you catch a lot of them joints, bro. Like, you know how they carry it. He was like, yeah, I know, but I'm gonna do me. I don't care about that. I'm like, all right. So that's how me and him basically started talking from the beginning. So when he got out the hole and they put him in 3D, I really seen what he was made of, man. This man ain't do no joking, man. This man did not do no joking, man. He pulled up on me one day, man. He knew I was cool with the lady that be working. This was an older lady, man. You know what I mean? This lady, I don't know if she was watching the wood. Don't get me to lie. I don't know if she was, pause. But all I know is I'm chilling one day and Virgil pulled up on me and was like, yo, no, Weezy, man, I need you to do me a favor. I'm like, what? He was like, man, I need you to talk to the lady, man, and just stand there, huh? I said, nah, you gonna be in the shower, man. I ain't doing that. He was like, yeah, but just set her up for me though, man. You ain't gotta look back. I said, man, listen, I am not doing it, man. I am not doing it. He was like, man, please, Weezy, man. Please, Weezy, man, I'm trying to get her, man. I said, man, listen, this lady gonna write you up, man. Leave it alone, Virgil, man. He like, man, no, she ain't, man. No, she ain't. He was like, just get her out the office. Get her out the office, man. Tell her to come out the office and kick it. And then you dip off. I'm like, I can't believe a freaking #1 thunner. He want me to be a part of his playbook, y'all. So boom. But you know what though? I ain't gonna do him like that though. But I said, man, I'm gonna get, if she come out here, as soon as she come out here, I'm out of here, bro. He was like, all right. I said, man, all right, I'm letting you know now. He was like, all right, bet. That's why you heard the shower door close. Like He was super happy. That man ran back in the bottom shower immediately. You heard the gate close. Next thing you know, I walked into the booth. I was like, hey, how you doing? I called her name. She was like, oh, hey, how you doing, White? I was like, what, you in there? You look bored as I don't know what in there. She was like, I'm in here looking at this Ebony magazine. I was like, man, look, come on, get stretch your legs, man. You all in there, all cooped up. She was like, I know, White, but I'm going to come out soon. I was like, no, come on. You ain't trying to kick it? I was like, come on, kick it for a minute. She was like, she was still in her chair. So she was like, I'll come. So she rolled herself in her chair to the door, and she came to the outside of the office, which means she would be sitting this way. The shower's a data weight on her. She's not sitting facing the shower. She's sitting sideways of the shower. So I'm beside her, and I'm just talking to her. So what's been going on? You know, she's like, ain't nothing been going on, White. Just trying to do. She just telling me about the gig, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, though, man. I was like, I'm just trying to get you to get out of that office all cooped up, man. I was like, I'm gonna holler at you, though. And I peeled off. I peeled off, man. When I got out the way, I went and got on the phone. I'm using the phone, but I'm not even looking at what's going on. I'm not even paying it no mind. But all I hear is, you nasty motherfucker. You nasty bitch. Get your ass out that shower. Shower one, get your ass out that shower. Right now. Get out that shower right now, you little dick motherfucker. Get out. I'm like, shit. I turn around. I see the CO lady. She like, get out that shower right now. She ain't close to the shower. She's still standing where she at. She like, get out that shower right now. Goddamn, I guess Virgil bucking the jank. She go to the junk. She hand me them face cards. She grabbed the face cards. She wrote them a case. Next thing you know, police coming in that junk, man. They taking Virgil dumbass out, y'all. So boom. But going to the hole was something he didn't care about. He didn't care about going to the hole for that type of activities right there. He loved doing that activity. He didn't care about going to the hole, man. That man finished what he was doing in the shower, went in the cell, dried off, lotioned up, packed his stuff, and went to the hole, no problem. He went to the hole, no problem. Y'all already know we in the same building as the hole anyway. The man went to the hole, no problem, y'all. I promise y'all, man. Virgil was a real psycho. So that was the last time I was around Virgil, man. Now, fast forward and take back to Lawrenceville, man. I'm on Lawrenceville, minding my business, and I'm chilling, and I'm loving the compound like I was just telling y'all, man. I'm loving the compound. I would never want to go nowhere else if I had time to do, man. I'll be honest with y'all, man. And while I'm minding my business, man, as we go into lunch one day, man, we see all the intakes. They had them inside the little fence. I be telling y'all where the school and the medical was at. When you come around going to the chow hall, you see that. So we see all of them right there. There's like 10 of them. You know what I mean? We see them, we like. So everybody like, yo, everybody got some red team, blue team. Everybody trying to see what they is. So everybody talking to dudes. So I'm just standing in line with my man. You know what I mean? The line kind of line, decent to get into the chow hall. So we, you know, it's moving. So we just in the line. I'm just moving. You know what I mean? I hear somebody say, hey, Weezy. I was like, homeboy's like, yo, somebody call you? I was like, oh, thought I did hear somebody call me. I'm like, yo. I'm trying to look through the crowd because I know it came from those new intakes. I'm like, yo. He was like, hey, Weezy. He was on the fence looking all little and shriveled up. I'm like, that's Virgil, man. I was like, where the CO at? He was like, right there. Walked to the fence a little bit. I got close. I was like, Virgil, man. He was like, what's up, man? I was like, man, how you get up here, man? He was like, man, they had me in the hole so long, man. I just stayed charge free, man. They had me in the hole forever, man. People dragged me back there, man. They had me in cell 34 downstairs in 3A, man, for almost 2 years, Weezy. I was like, for 2 years? He was like, yeah. He was like, you ain't seen me since 3D. I said, bro, I thought you was transferred, man. He said, no. They had me in 3A in cell 34. They drugged me, man. He said, I rolled them up. I did all type of stuff, man. He said, they ended up just transferring me, man, because they felt like they held me in the hole too long. I said, bro, they held you for 2 years for what? He said, man, I mean, you know, I kept slanging back there. You know, I was gunning back there. You know what I mean? You know what I was doing, man. But, you know, they ain't give them right to hold me for 2 years. I said, bro, listen to me, man. You was back. I said, bro, you was back there for 2 years, man. Almost, man. So, like, I guess just to fix their mistake, they just said they gonna move me. So I'm like, man, move you to a 3 though? He was like, man, for real, I didn't want to come to no 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, why you didn't want to come to no 3? He said, man, cuz them level 4s, all them level 4s got them showers and they got them monsters that be watching. They all got Loch Ness monsters over there and they all be watching. I said, man, you still... The lady was like, get away from that fence, White. I was like, back him a little bit. I said, bro, you still be worrying about that, man? He was like, man, you see all the women up here? Man, you see the nurses? I said, look, I'm gonna tell you like this now. I said, bro, it ain't like that up here. You gonna see why when you go in these parts. He was like, how? I said, you gonna see why. You gonna see why when you go in this part. Just know that I told you that this joint ain't like Sussex 2. He was like, he said, they say I'm going in 30 building, 33 part. What part is this? I was like, 33 pod. He was like, yeah. I said, man, this 33 pod right here. He said, that's the pod you win. I was like, yeah, man. He was like, crazy, man. He was like, but I'm saying though, I'm chilling right now though, man. I said, all right, I'm just letting you know, kind of like this ain't that though. I'm just giving you the count, Virgil, man. He was like, all right, that's cool. I'm like, bro, all right, I'm gonna catch you when you come in there, man. He was like, I'm gonna holler at you. So I go in the chow hall. When I go in the chow hall, I'm telling my homeboy, I'm like, yo, my homeboy, one of them sussers. I'm like, yo, bro, listen, man, dude right there, man, that man is the #1 gunner. The #1 gunner. I said, bro, this dude is majorly sick with it, bro. He was like, how? I said, bro, listen to me, man. I said, this man has the title of that game. I said, man, he has the belt. He's the Hulk Hogan of that game, bro. Basically, man. My man, weak at the table. I'm like, yo, bro, listen. Bro don't care about nothing else except gunning. That's it, bro. I said, he don't care about nothing else except pulling on himself and going at these COs like that, bro. He was like, man, well, shit, he gonna get rolled up with this bitch. He was like, because it ain't nothing. You can't do all that shit. My man was at a 2, so he don't know the game base. I'm like, yo, man, these niggas that be on that shit, they find a way, man. I said, look, check this shit out. I said, that nigga say he coming to our pod. He was like, for real? He was like, man, that nigga ain't gonna do that shit over there. It was not one person out of 80 some people, man, that I knew in my pod that was the #1 gunner. It was not one person in there doing that. You hear me? Not one person, man. It was too many cheeks walking around, y'all. So boom. Dude's trying to get the real deal on Lawrenceville, man. You had niggas up there in real relationships, man. I'm in the building with niggas that got real relationships with these ladies right now. Right now. Dudes ain't on that gunny shit. I'm letting you know now, man. Promise you, the next thing you know, we come back from eating. See the slide door open up. See the CEO coming in. He coming in with Virgil. Virgil walk in. They tell Virgil he going into the top cell, which was another cell, and a cell right there. He was in that joint, which is by the shower slightly. But his view is looking straight at the booth. But it's from afar though. Like it's from afar. And they're in a bubble, man. Like, man, I promise you, man, this man walked in. That man walked in with his cart. That man was like this. He stopped his car. The CEO was like, yeah, you going up there? He was like, he started walking and he backed up. He just looked at the landscape with the whole pod. He was like, he grabbed one of his junk. He grabbed the cart and started walking towards the steps some more. I was like, man, this dude's sick. He don't even know I'm on the top tier looking at him because he didn't even spot me when he walked in because I'm at the top. He didn't even spot me. I'm like this. I'm like, when I see him looking at the whole landscape, just sizing the pod up, basically, I looked at him. I was like, man, Virgil, wow, man, his words. So he taking stuff upstairs. They move him in the cell with a dude that's working in the kitchen. Now, the dude that's working in the kitchen was this fat dude, man. I think he was from Petersburg, but he's in the kitchen all day. This is what dude be working at. So it's basically not like he in there. So when Virgil moved in, the dude wasn't even there. So I walked around. That's when I walked around because I'm like, he about to go in dude's cell. Dude ain't in there. So when I walked around, I was like, hey, Virgil, look, dude at work, man. I said, man, I wouldn't even go in there and put my stuff up. You know what I mean? Till he get back. He should be coming back in a little bit though. He was, oh, he ain't in there. I was like, nah, he work in the kitchen. He was, oh, all right. He's like, CEO, I'm gonna wait till he come back. The CEO was like, all right. So he didn't go in the cell. You know what I mean? He just stood on the railing. And he was like this. And I seen him. Like, he was looking at the booth. He was like, he one of them dudes, y'all know them dudes that be blind a little bit. And they always like, I seen him. He was like this. He was living around. And he was like, I said, what you smirking about, man? I said, I told you ain't nothing jumping. He was like, these showers right here. He grabbed the curtain. He was like, these jumps ain't hitting on nothing, man. What I'm gonna do with this, man? I said, I told you, you cannot do that in here, Virgil. He was like, man, what about on the bottom tier on them showers when you walk in? He said, don't no CEOs come in here and post up. I said, man, look, man, you going down. I said, you going down, Virgil, man, so let's leave it alone, man. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Weezy, man. I've been in the hole, man, for almost 2 years, Weezy, man. And that joke, man, just gunning off my imagination, man. They got me looking at the wall, man. I couldn't see nothing but the wall in that joke, Weezy, man. And I was gunning the wall the whole time, man. Ain't nothing else to gun. I said, man, you won't gunning no wall, man. He said, man, look, I'm telling you now, man. I ain't seen no women to be able to get off on a woman in a minute, man. He said, I ain't been able to get off on a woman in almost about 2 years, Weezy, man. He said, but I ain't gonna jack off to none of those women y'all got walking around here in this pod, Weezy. My name ain't Virgil.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, with your girl, forget hitting the club. Stay out the way. Mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way. Staying out the way. What you thought that it was? Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.